What is going on, guys? How you all doing today? Rangovidmanga12 here, and we have Spider-Verse Secret Wars issue 3. And towards the end of the previous issue, we saw the Sinister Six come after the Spider-Men. And yeah, it's going to get a little crazy. And we're also going to be seeing Norman Osborn again in this issue. So without further ado, guys, let's jump into it. Alright, so as you can see, the Sinister Six are coming towards Spider-Man, and we get this, well, the Spider-Men should I say, and we get this awesome dialogue over the action, and Spider-Man UK is pretty much just talking about how there's 6 of them, and they seem like really initiated, they seem like they've got a stance, like they're in order, they've got like a routine, a formation of their attacks, and they're going to back each other up. For every weakness, they're going to create a strength, and on Spider-Man's side, they literally have 6 Spider-Men and they don't know what their strengths are, they don't know what the weaknesses are, they have no formation, they don't know what they're doing, they don't even know which villain they're fighting. And I love how Spider-Man UK kind of just weighs everything up, like he kind of gives like a little rundown on each of the Spider-Men and of course the villains, but also the tactics that they've got to use, and it's almost like he's frozen time and he's talking over that and talking about how he won't win, sort of thing, and how they're unorganized, and I think that's awesome. But as you can see, Spider-Man India is going after Scorpion, Spider-Gwen is going after Vulture, Noir Spider-Man is going after Dr. Octopus, and he is not using fake bullets, he's literally trying to shoot Dr. Octopus in the face. And of course we've got Spider-Ham attacking Kraven, and of course Spider-Man UK attacking Scorpion alongside Spider-Man India, mainly because he believes that teaming up in pairs and going after one villain at a time will wear the villains down, and that is awesome. But what's even more awesome than that is that Electro actually turned Dr. Octopus in some kind of conductor, and once he grabbed all of the Spider-Men with his metal arms, the electric current ran through his metal arms and electrocuted all of the Spider-Men that he had hold of. And I think that was pretty awesome because usually the Sinister Six are pretty dumb, but right here these guys were actually pretty good, which I thought was awesome. Now as you can see, they're pretty much talking about how these guys aren't the real Spider-Men because they were too easy to take down. The real Spider-Man wouldn't have been that easy. So of course there's another Peter Parker / Spider-Man in Battleworld in this universe that is in hiding, is not revealing himself, and I think that creates a pretty brilliant idea because then it leaves us thinking about who this like Spider-Man could be, like what sets him apart from the rest of these Spider-Men, like what makes this other Spider-Man so good. And I think it's pretty obvious that we're probably going to see him in the future comics. But anyway, going back to the actual comic at hand, we discovered that Norman Osborn is the guy that sent the Sinister Six after these Spider-Men, and it later comes around that it was because Spider-Ham actually told Norman Osborn where they were. But luckily, Norman Osborn doesn't seem like the sinister guy that we're used to. He seems like he wants to help these guys, and he's actually discovered that these Spider-Men are not from around here. Of course, they're from somewhere else. We already know that, but Spider-Gwen is kind of taking it a little hard. She doesn't exactly know what she's getting into. Now, after Norman Osborn did some research for a little bit, he actually created a 5th dimensional hologram, and it actually shows what seems to be a web. And of course, all of the Spider-Men are connected to this web, similar to the Spider-Verse, you know, like how there was the web of life and all the Spider-Men were connected to that. That's what it seems like right here. And Norman Osborn points out that this is the web that is broken and it looks out of place, but somehow these Spider-Men are a part of it. Now, as I was saying before, Spider-Gwen is a little bit on edge about it, and she's not entirely sure what everyone's talking about. She thinks that Norman Osborn is slightly crazy because she can't imagine this actually being a web of life sort of thing. Now, of course, earlier in the comic, I absolutely loved where, oh no, it's right here actually, she says the Mary Janes, and Spider-Man UK Billy Braddock says, who are they? And she just says, I don't know. So obviously, she kind of thinks something, but she's not sure what to think, but she's pretty sure that it's not some kind of web of life universal thing, so she just thinks everyone's crazy. She can't believe that the rest of the Spider-Men are on board with Norman Osborn about this. And of course, I just love the humor in this comic. Like even Gwen here, she rips off the window and she says, sorry about the window, sometimes when I'm mad I just sort of do things. And I think that's awesome how they just acknowledge how stupid Gwen is kind of being. And of course, earlier in the comic, there's just so much humor, and it kind of rounds the comic off into one awesome issue. Now, Gwen just goes off doing superhero things, saving old ladies from being run over, beating up some bad guys to let her anger out. But eventually, Gwen ends up in the one place where it all started, where this Spider-Verse Secret Wars tie-in series started. And that is at Gwen Stacy's grave, because if you remember, Gwen Stacy in this universe, or in the 616 universe, actually died, and that's carried over into Battleworld. So she's gone there to bring her peace, and she sat there just kind of trying to wrap her head around what's been going on. And while she's there, someone actually pops out of the shadows, and it is none other than the one and the only, I'm not going to reveal it until it comes onto the screen, But either way, Gwen's spider sense didn't go off, so that means that there's no danger. But it is the one and only Peter Parker Spider-Man, and he actually says that he used to be Spider-Man. So the Spider-Man that the Sinister Six were talking about was in fact this Spider-Man, and of course he must know something because he's quit being Spider-Man, and that takes a lot for Peter Parker to actually quit being Spider-Man. So something must have happened. Maybe he figured something out and he just kind of thought, oh, it doesn't matter whether I'm Spider-Man in this universe because it's not his. Like, maybe he's figured something out that no one else has, and I don't know, maybe he's the reason that the web is broken or something like that. I'm not sure. Let me know your theories in the comment section below, guys. But what did you think of this issue as well? Let me know as well. I'm going to give this issue a 9 out of 10. I thought the humour, as I've already said, is awesome. And of course, just how Norman Osborn turned out to be a good guy in this series was just a shocking surprise as well. But not only that, but the Sinister Six aren't actually as bad as what we presume them to be. But overall, Spider-Man UK's dialogue over the entire thing about him being the team leader was just as awesome as the rest of them. Now, 9 out of 10. Guys, go to the link in the description to follow me on Twitter and Facebook to get comic book news updates and, of course, to know when these videos are being uploaded. Guys, hit the like button on this video, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you all in my next video.